Calabash. And shortly thereafter, she made an announcement that she was continuing her Sunday afternoon class. She had a Shekere playing class, so I started going to that. Anyway, as things evolved, I didn't see her for a while and went out to Brooklyn in the park, Prospect Park, where drummers gather and, rhythm people gather. I had my Shekere and I started playing and she was there. She was like, oh, I see you've evolved somewhat, So she asked me if I was interested in joining the group, not to join the group, but to be part of a presentation at the 16th anniversary of Dance Africa. That was my end. And after we did that show, she extended the invitation to join the group. So I was a member of Women of the Calabash for 11 years. And I'm part of what I call a circle of sisters who drum and sing. I'm now currently part of a group called ALAKANDE Spread Joy. Madeline Yayo Daly is part of that group. The other members of Women of the Calabash is part of that group. Women of the Calabash exist as an entity, but they also are part of, we sort of interconnect and cross, and we just keep the fun going. So, this instrument, as has been explained to me, is made from a calabash, which is a plant that grows on a tree or a vine or a tree, different sized ones. It's in the pumpkin, squash, and zucchini family. Pumpkin, squash, and zucchini family. And when this is allowed to dry in the sun, tropical sun, it gets kind of hard, like a thin wood. So I'm starting from the beginning. I'm sure some of you may know some of this. I don't know. I'm not going to, assume that you do. I'm just going to give it all to you the way it was given to me. And so when this is allowed to fully dry, and you cut it open and let those dried seeds out, then you have a hollow vessel that has its own voice, a sort of a drum-like hollow sound. Now these, besides being made into many instruments, are used for many things in traditional African culture. They use for storage, water, fabric, clothing, different things. But as an instrument, a maraca is also a calabash, usually smaller, traditionally just mounted on a stick. Of course, now you see them, they're made out of wood, plastic, and all kinds of other things. Traditionally, maraca is a calabash, much smaller, on a stick. And the seeds are on the inside. That's the shaker. The seeds or beads are on the outside of this to make it a rattle. It is a rattle. Has anybody not ever held a shekere? Never held one? Have not. Please feel. Is it lighter than you thought it was?
Yeah.
It's much lighter than you thought it was. Okay, so everybody thinks that it's heavy. But you, please. Very light. Because you can't make those the same way the brother was explaining about, creating rhythms on djembe, conga, or various drums. You can't do fast rhythms. Anything that's faster is concentrated energy, but a smaller movement. You can't go da 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 by going like this. It's too much travel time. You gotta bring it all in. Same thing for this. So I mean, it's all in the wrist. Shekere.